T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life. And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, hell.
This is as far as you go. No more.
Hello, Sydney. Are you God damn you.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
Ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Movies and Beyond. Once again, I am Michael, and today is Sunday. It is Sunday. It's playoff football Sunday. I am grateful that you guys are here. Honestly, I thought, tonight there's not going to be a lot of people here. It's the playoffs, but the amount of people I see in the chat already, I am so grateful that you are here. And I would be lying to you. I would be lying to you if I didn't say that I have a small window up in the top right-hand corner of my screen that may or may not have football on it. But anyway, how are y'all doing on this fine Sunday evening? We're going to talk about some Nightmare on Elm Street tonight. We are going to check out the trailers for Nightmare on Elm Street. This wraps up the big three of us going through. First, we did Friday. It's kind of my favorite. We did Halloween, and this will wrap it up with a Nightmare on Elm Street. Of course, I did put a poll out there. About Scream. So if you haven't voted on that one yet, please do so. I'm going to look at that later on this week. And if it's overwhelmingly that people want to see the Scream trailers on here, I will make it happen in a couple weeks. I will put the Scream trailers up here and we will do those. But I do have a big announcement. And I put this out to the channel members. I put it out to the Patreon members. And of course, I did talk to the mods about it already in the chat. But the Movies and Beyond merch shop, I promised you by the end of January, would be live. And guess what? It is live right now. It got rolled out yesterday. So the Movies and Beyond merch the merch store, I almost said merch channel. Yeah, the merch channel It is active. So, with that being said, you can now purchase Movies and Beyond stuff and more stuff. I think there's a couple things on there that I am going to buy myself that I definitely want to get. Now, I do want to say one thing about the shop. So, if you go to Movies and Beyond and you go to store, it shows you a bunch of selections that you can get. That is just YouTube pulling certain things from the shop and putting it up there. That's not, there's so much more stuff than that. So if you look under my description, you'll see a link. The link will be, I think it's Spreadshop/Movies and Beyond or something like that. If you click on that, you'll be able to pull up so many more items. And then if you click on individual tabs on the top, there's like women's, men's, customized stuff. It all has different stuff on there, and there's a lot more stuff than what YouTube is showing. So don't just look at that and be like, that's it. No, that's YouTube's way of being like, we're gonna put anything out here that we want to show, because it's all linked through YouTube. So definitely, if you want to check out the merch shop, please do so. The link is at the top of my description of my channel. You'll see it up there. But that's the way to do it. I looked at the prices. They're super reasonable. So if that's something that you want to get, I know a couple of you guys asked for a couple different things. They should be on there. Now, granted, this is the rollout. So if there are any like bugs with it or anything, or anything that we need to fix, don't worry. In time, we will take care of that. So, but it is good enough for the rollout. I think that it looks fantastic. Michelle had a lot to do with putting that together as well. She's very experienced when it comes to that stuff. All I'm really responsible for is the design. So it looks cool. There's definitely a Movies and Beyond hat that I want. It's just like the hat that I have, only it says Movies and Beyond on it. I mean, how fucking cool is that? It's fucking cool. Let me jump into the chat to see who we have here tonight on this beautiful playoff Sunday night. Oh God, if the Chiefs win again, I really don't think I can handle that. I can't do that again. Jerry Wilson is in the chat saying, hello, Michael and Matt. Let's get it. Yes, it is Matt's off weekend. He will be back next weekend. He does every other weekend, every other Sunday here on Movies and Beyond. So this is his off weekend. He will not be here. But Jerry's also reminding everybody to smash that like button. Yes, if you have not hit that like button yet, what are you waiting for, man? Come on, go ahead. Go down and hit that like button for me. And Jerry's also letting everyone know, consider joining Movies and Beyond on Patreon. That's kind of how I keep the lights on here. So if you'd like to support Movies and Beyond outside of YouTube, you can do so over at Patreon, and that is the link. A lot of cool stuff coming to Patreon. I had a couple conversations about it today, and I'm looking forward to all the cool shit that's coming over there. So it will be in video form over there, mostly on Patreon. So I'm not going to say there'll never be like exclusive lives over there, but for right now, it'll be in video form because of my work schedule and how that's going to go. So I'll talk a little bit more about the Movies and Beyond schedule coming up here soon. Once we get through the nightmare stuff, when we wrap up tonight, I'll have like a Q&A. You can ask about the shop, you can ask about the channel, and I definitely have some Movies and Beyond news to share with you guys at the end of the show. So just some schedule changes and stuff like that I'm gonna have to do. That real life bullshit kind of gets in the way of everything you want to do, right? But don't worry, Movies and Beyond isn't going anywhere. It'll just be changing a little bit, time frames. Let's see. Melissa is in the chat saying, not a fan of Freddy, but love your channel. Well, thank you, Melissa. And I thank you for being here. I mean, I know that not everything that we talk about is everybody's bag, but the fact that you're here and you're not a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, that means the world to me. Thank you, my friend. I definitely appreciate you. And if we're not talking about Nightmare, I'm still going to keep you entertained. It's kind of what I do. Russell Dorsey is in the chat as well saying, what's up, everyone? I smashed that like button. I hope everyone is having a wonderful night. Let's smash that like button if you haven't already. But they have, Russell. I have faith in them that they have. And saying, let's get this party started, Thug Life. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, my man. What's up, Russell? I hope you're having a good day, brother. Let's see. Who else do I have in the chat? Paula is in the chat saying hi to everyone. What's up, Paula? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Always good to see you here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I see that Gina is in the chat saying hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Gina. Always good to see you here, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Let's see. Here we go. Mr. Rick is in the chat as well, saying, can't wait for tonight. This should be fun and entertaining. I also can't wait to buy myself a mug. Exciting times. I still think you should have a mug with your mug on it. Just call it like the mug, and it's just my face. And I'm just like, I wouldn't even know what I'd do for that. God, that would be mortifying, man. I don't even know if that could ever exist. I think that it would creep me out. I don't even like looking at my face. Why? Nobody wants to look at my face while they're drinking coffee. Jesus. I see that Michael's in the chat as well, saying, hi, friends. For me, it was either Movies and Beyond or my team, the Chiefs. I still chose horror movies. Dude, you are the man. You are the man, Michael. What's up, brother? Happy Sunday, dude. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope you're having a great day, man. I hope you're having a great day. DJ Plays Favorites is in the chat as well, saying hello to all, aka Mod Squad. What's up, DJ? Hope you're doing well, brother. Jeff DeAngelo is in the chat as well, saying happy Horror Sunday, everybody. Happy Horror Sunday, Jeff. I got to see Jeff yesterday, man. Hell yeah, dude. What is up, Jeff? I hope you're having a great Sunday, my man. Always good to see you here, brother. Always good to see you here. And James has entered the chat. The Shape is in the chat saying, hi, everyone. I hope your day was a good one. My day was a good one, James. It was a busy one, but it was a good one. I hope that you had a good day as well, my friend. I hope that you had a fantastic Sunday, and always good to see you here. You know that. Oh, the Bills scored. Just saying. 21-17. We're not here to talk about football. But yeah, if we're doing something, I just jump up and start screaming. I'm gonna apologize now. If you rewind a year ago, Matt and I were talking about something, and I jumped up out of my seat because I had football on behind us. We were in the middle of talking, and I jumped up like, that's a fucking touchdown. That's a fucking touchdown right in the middle. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but it was freaking hilarious. I can't help it when I watch football. It's playoff time. I just love freaking playoff time. I cannot help it. Mr. Rick is saying, oh no, did I let the cat out of the bag about the store? Sorry, my fault. No, dude, it wasn't. It's been up. It's been up. So anybody that's clicked on Movies and Beyond has seen it because it's been there. It wasn't a surprise or anything. Just if people hadn't seen it yet, I wanted to make sure that I brought it up to talk about it on the show tonight. So that's all. No cat out of the bag. There was never a cat in the bag. So you're good, my man. You are good. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I think that I got everybody. Chatting. I know that I didn't get everybody watching, but I got everybody chatting. So tonight, we're doing A Nightmare on Elm Street. We're doing the trailers from A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think that a couple years ago, I watched the first one. I was going to do a whole thing where I did every single one as an individual video when I was first starting out. Hell, that might have been 3 years ago at this point. So I think that I watched this one then. But, you know, I don't remember it. I've seen the movie enough times, you know, I really don't remember the trailer, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting through these. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what all of these are. There's a couple in particular that I'm very excited to see because it's either I'm a big fan of the movie or I think it's horrible, and I'm kind of wondering how they do that in trailer form. So all those questions will be answered tonight when we watch these. So let me go ahead and set up this first one. We're going to start with The Nightmare on Elm Street 1984, and just like when we did them before, and just like when we do horror shorts, and just like when we do paranormal shows, let me know on sound. And here we go. I hear nothing.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
Oh, the Tina kill was crazy.
You just see cuts happen.
What did that, Lieutenant?
Thanks, guys.
I don't know.
Tina!
What's the coroner got to say?
He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy, there's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Kind of gave away the Tina kill, though, right?
Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
Yeah.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right. That was the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me go ahead and set that up there. I actually have them in order because I am a pro at this now. It was the Friday the 13th was kind of rough to get through, but I definitely I got it together now, so we can go one by one. Let's see what you guys have to say about that one. Mr. Rick is saying, I miss that Hollywood voice. Dude, me too. Me too. And that's been brought up a couple times when we've done the past episodes. We talked about that. I think it was Sarah when she said that's the like in a world voice. Like it totally is. It totally is that voice. And it's I miss it too, man. Definitely a different time for sure. Melissa saying only liked one. I like the OG. Hell yeah, the OG is cool. Looking back on it, there are some things with it that are kind of dated. But I'm not going to sit here and, point out stuff. The one thing I will point out that I always thought, even then, when I watched it back in the day, that I thought looked goofy was when Freddy's walking down the alleyway and he has the like super long arms that he's holding out. I always felt that it looked kind of, I don't know, like cheap, maybe. I don't know. Even then as a kid, I was like, yeah, that doesn't look right. And still seeing it in the trailer, I still kind of maybe feel that way. Russell is saying Tina's death is iconic. Dude, totally. More than likely, I would say that Tina's death in the original is probably top 2 or top 3 kills in that whole franchise. And if you throw slashers in general, I think that it would be still probably top 5 or, even top 10. I don't think that many people would argue that Tina's death is freaking amazing. It is amazing. James is saying, I love the first one. Me too, man. I really do. The first one, the third one, and recent development, the fourth one. I really latched on to the fourth one on this last rewatch before our ranking of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know what it is. Each time I watch A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, I like it more and more. I don't know what it is with that one. There's a lot of things in it that just aren't. I just do. But I'm not going to talk too much about that because we still have to get to Nightmare on Elm Street 4 trailer. Maybe I'll be all fanboy on it when we get to it. But Melissa said, and of course, Johnny Depp. Yeah. Yep. He was there. He was definitely there. Gina said, yeah, they always have too much in the trailer. Or they always gave away too much in the trailer. I agree. I think they gave away too much of Tina. You saw Johnny Depp get sucked into the bed. I mean, that's kind of like, going into the movie after seeing the trailer, you're like, well, I know these two are in trouble. You see the guy laying in the, I always forget his name, but the guy laying in jail, he's getting the sheet wrapped around his neck. So, that can't be good. So yeah, I agree. I think they did give away just a little too much, but still an iconic movie. And, looking back on it now that, we've all seen this movie at this point, it's freaking awesome for sure. Jeff D'Angelo is saying awesome. Yes. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. And we're going through them all. We are going through them all, brother. Russell said they gave away Johnny Depp's death too. Why? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying, man. Why do you do this to me? Why did you give that away? At least they didn't show like the blood shooting out of the bed, right? At least they didn't show that. But still, you know, he's getting sucked into the bed. You know, it can't be great for him. So going into the movie, you already know that this guy's in trouble for sure. Showing way too much. Way too much. Mr. Rick is saying, the first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, it was on TV and they took things out. Boy, when I saw it the first time with the parts in, what a different movie. Great. I can imagine, man. I don't know. I don't remember. That's a good way of saying it. I don't remember seeing this one, you know, on TV, like edited, but I've seen other movies edited. So you can only imagine the amount of things, especially with it being a horror movie, the amount of things that were taken out of this. And I can imagine it was probably a totally different movie when you watched it, you know, uncut. That's fucking awesome, man. That is fucking awesome. DJ giving an update on the score, and they're at halftime. Well, yes, they are, sir. Yes, they are. Mr. Rick said the one I see that creeped me out when she screamed God, and he said, no, this is God. So, Mr. Rick, I'm going to let you in on a little something. That is my favorite line, probably in a Nightmare on Elm Street history. This is God is, dude, anytime I were to meet Robert Englund and have him sign something, I wanted to say this is God, unless it's on, you know, like a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 or 3 or something of that. But just, dude, this is God is my favorite quote. Jerry, thank you very much. He's throwing the link for the merch shop in the chat. Jerry, thank you so much for doing that, my friend. So if you do want to check it out, there's the link for it. And like I was saying earlier, you know, if you don't have this link or you don't get back to this one, you can get it off the page. But Jerry, thank you so much for putting that out there, my man. I appreciate it. Paula agreeing with Mr. Rick on This Is God. Melissa said, I won 1,000 at a casino last night, but only left with 600. Would have left with all of it, but was not ready to go yet. So boring, not playing. So I lost. You know, that happens, right? But congrats on winning the 600, right? You won 1,000, but you still got to play a little bit, right? And you still came home with $600. That's freaking awesome. Hell yeah, Melissa. Hell yeah. Jeff is saying Nightmare 1 was the first horror movie I ever saw. Dude, that is cool as shit. That is freaking awesome. Mine was, I always say it's Halloween, and I think that it was. I know my first slasher was Halloween. But yeah, man, dude, that is super cool for sure. Russell saying 1,000 is better than nothing. Oh shit, I'll take 1,000. I'll take 600. I'll take 100. Shit. Melissa's saying, yeah, but I didn't leave with 1,000. I left with 600 because I had to wait. Yeah, I got you. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready for part 2? Let me go ahead and bring this up again. Let me know on sound, and here we go. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Freddy's.
Someone is coming back to Elm Street. He is not friendly. He is not patient.
Kill for me.
And he is not a welcome visitor.
No!
But he has something terribly special for the new kid on the block.
It started to happen again.
Oh, shit.
Dad! I'm in trouble. You've had some scary dreams, okay? Help!
Daddy can't help you now.
There's something inside him.
Fight him! You're not afraid of him. He doesn't even exist.
I'm not afraid of him. I'm afraid of him.
Krueger is back on Elm Street.
Get out of here, Lisa!
Just fight him.
Watch out for him. Will
God, I
be
love
in
that
your
thing.
neighborhood soon. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2.
You are all my children now.
Freddy's Revenge.
Freddy's Revenge, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. There we go. This movie, I remember seeing the trailer for this as a kid, and it was on pay-per-view. At the time, it was called, I'm going to date myself here, but pay-per-view was called Viewer's Choice. And on our cable box, it was like this square box that had a bunch of white buttons down the left. It had 3 white buttons in the bottom towards the middle, and it had a red button on the right side that was the authorized button. So, like, let's say that the Viewer's Choice channel you had was like the 3rd button up, the 3rd button down green. You would have to hit authorize to pay I guess it was like $4.50 to watch the movie one time. And if you lived in the 80s, you knew that if you were doing that, you were recording that motherfucker. You were putting a tape in the VCR, and you were recording that. You weren't gonna watch that just one time for sure. But I remember that I used to watch, because they had a channel that was just previews for all the things that were on Viewer's Choice at the time. And I remember watching that one. The thing I remember the most is him jumping, through the door, the glass door, and disappearing. I remember that so well. And seeing the movie, I enjoyed the movie as well. Let's see what you guys have to say, and then I'll get into talking a little bit more about that. All right, let's see. Russell was saying Lisa was a great character in part 2. I think so too. I think that there were a lot of good things in part 2, and I think there were a lot of things that were kind of slow in part 2. I think that there were there are some iconic scenes in this. There are definitely some iconic scenes in this movie. When I really think about it, I think that the bus scene at the beginning is absolutely iconic. I think about the pool scene. I think about You Have the Body, I Have the Brain. There are a lot of things in this movie that I really did like, for sure. Michael is saying, I always like when Freddy took over the bus. It gives me the giggles. Funny as hell. Yeah, dude. Like, I just rewatched this not too long ago. Again, I went through and watched them all again for when we ranked the Nightmare on Elm Streets. And the one thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure if I noticed it before because it had been so long since I've seen it, but you see Robert Englund driving the bus at first, before he's Freddy Krueger. And I noticed that off the rip because there's, a scene where he pulls up and opens the door as people are either getting in or getting out. I can't remember which. And you actually see him. He's wearing the hat and everything. He's like, oh shit, that's Robert Englund. But knowing what's about to happen, I think that bus scene was freaking amazing. Mr. Rick, part 2 was the first one I saw in the series. I begged my mom to watch it. We both enjoyed it. We watched 3 next. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. This is the one that's kind of, a lot of people don't like because, Freddy comes out of the dream. He's not strictly dream based. But I'll tell you what, I will say this about Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. To me, he was the scariest looking Freddy out of all of them. Like, just the look. I think they did a fantastic job with that. I'm a big fan of that look. And I'm a big fan of the Freddy demon look in Freddy vs. Jason. I know, don't judge me, but I thought that was cool as shit. And speaking of Freddy vs. Jason, we won't be watching that tonight because we've already watched that with the Friday the 13th. So there's no point in watching that one again, for sure. Let's see. Russell saying they didn't give away too much in that one. No, they really didn't. I think that they did a great job at keeping that together and not showing, the whole movie in the trailer, which, from watching the last one, we feel like they showed too much. And this one, I think they did a way better job at it, man. And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. James is saying, you're all my children now. That's so damn creepy. What a saying. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hell, that scene made my intro. It's the halfway point of my intro. It's definitely iconic. Great look. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Gina's saying, good trailer. I enjoyed it as well. I think that it kind of has sentimental meanings to me, from remembering it from Viewer's Choice or pay-per-view for you young kids out there from back in the day. I have good memories attached to it. I remember that's how I watched that one. I didn't go to the theater. I don't even remember the first one I went to the theater for, Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll have to think about that. I'm not gonna figure it out here for sure, but yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Russell saying it was like the Freddy cult. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Russell saying the bus scene is the end of 2. The bus scene's the beginning of 2. Probably talking about 2 different bus scenes. Beginning of 2, he takes off and he goes off into the desert and he gets it up on the cliff and everything. That was at the beginning of part 2. I loved it. James is saying the bus on the rocks reminds me of a Coyote cartoon. Oh yeah, like Wile E. Coyote. Is that where you're going with that? Like somebody's gonna shoot like a Acme rocket up Freddy's ass. Oh yeah, James. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Jeff is saying I found one of my Facebook groups. Someone made a bust of the Demon Freddy from Freddy vs. Jason. Dude, I bet that thing looks awesome. I bet that thing looks awesome as hell. If you can, man, send me a link to that in Movies and Beyond Facebook. I'd definitely like to see that. Like I said, I'm a big fan of that look. I don't really hear too many people talk about it, so I'm not sure if that's a widespread thing, if there's a lot of people that agree with me on that, but hell yeah, I'd definitely like to see that bust for sure. All right, you guys, we are getting into A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. This is definitely one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Streets. We have the Dream Warriors. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Again, let me know on sound. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 trailer. I think the house looks so good in this one.
I know who's trying to kill you. He wears a dirty brown hat. He's horribly burned. He has razors on his right hand.
Thank you, Russell.
Man of my dreams. He's real, isn't he?
He's real. Let go of him, you bastard. Oh my God.
A wizard. That was freaking awesome. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of the movie, for sure. Kind of biased, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I hate when I do that. Keep doing this. There we go. Make sure I had 4 set up for you guys. Let me go through here. Let me go through the chat, and we'll talk a little bit about 3. We will talk a little bit about A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Russell saying, yes, there's 2 bus scenes in part 2, the beginning and the end. Whenever I talk about the bus scene, I always think about the one from the beginning, for sure. For sure. Melissa said 3 is okay. 3 is good. I love 3. But yeah, Melissa, you not being a fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and thinking 3 is okay, I'll take that. Hell yeah, I will take that. Jeff said, I'll go back and tag you in it, Michael. Thank you, man. I will check that out when this is over. I am definitely curious to check it out. I love that look, man. I do. James says, is there anyone having trouble with buffering problems? Well, I hope that it's figured out, James. I hope that it's not like it was last week, where I'm at the mercy of StreamYard doing what it wants. So I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't StreamYard. Yeah, because I double checked all of my connections tonight to make sure. But I hope that it gets better for you, buddy. Jerry said, "What a rush! What a rush!" Russell is saying Patricia Arquette was awesome in part 3. She was, man. She did a great job. I really enjoyed her in that movie for sure. Fantastic. Melissa says she's related to the guy that played Dewey. I figured, I don't know for a fact, like I've ever researched it or anything like that, but I figured they were related. I figured. Russell said the skeletons reminded me of Cutthroat Island. I don't think I've seen Cutthroat Island. I don't think that I have. Skeletons were crazy in that movie. That scene's definitely dated, where he's the skeleton at the end, for sure. Going back to watch that, I was like, oh yeah, man, it's kind of dated at this point, but I'll take it. Still love the movie. Jeff said, just did. Michael, thank you very much, Jeff. I will definitely check that out as soon as this is over. Mr. Rick said this may be a hot take, but there's not too many movies that I like sequels better than the first one, but part 3 is my favorite out of the series. Mr. Rick, I bounce part 1 and part 3 around like I'm juggling. I love both of them pretty much equally. So I really don't think it's a hot take. It's actually probably more popular than you think. Part 3 has a very, very big fan base. So you are definitely not alone on that, my friend. You are definitely not alone. Gina's saying my favorite of the films. The trailer was good. Started off strong. See, there you go, Mr. Rick. Right there, Gina. That's her favorite as well. So definitely not as rare as you think that, somebody would like 3 more than one. Like I said, I juggle it back and forth. I think that the first time I did a ranking, I put part 3 as my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. And I think this last time I put part 1. It's nothing that stays, solid for me, but I love both of them. They're definitely 1 and 2, depending on the day on which one is 1 and which one is 2. So definitely not alone. And I'm glad that you love part 3, Gina. Hell yeah, that's freaking awesome. Mr. Rick said, I do. I thought it was on my part, but not as bad as from before. Yeah. So, here's what I did. So I started seeing a little like buffering thing, and I turned the football game off. So let's see if that helps. Maybe I was running too much for StreamYard to handle, because I'm running the trailers and I was trying to run that. And of course I have Instagram open to be able to talk with my mods. So I have a lot of stuff open. But yeah, so we'll see. Russell says, yes, it's his sister. I figured they were related. Let's see here. Oh, John's in the house saying, I think 3 is more fun, but the first one is scarier. That is a good way to look at that, John. That is definitely a good way to look at that. Hell yeah, man. And what's up, John? Happy Sunday, brother. Always good to see you here, my man. Always, the champ is here. The champ is in the building. What's up, dude? I hope you're doing well. Kim sent a super sticker for $4.99. I think this is only my second super sticker I've ever gotten. Thank you so much for that, Kim. What happens when I click on it? I don't know. Well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, and I hope that you are having a fantastic Sunday as well. Always good to see you here, and thank you again a million times for that. A million times. Oh, let's see. Melissa said one of his brothers or sisters was transgender, and Rosalia was desperately seeking Susan, had Madonna in it. Okay. All right. I see. Russell saying maybe it doesn't like football. Maybe it doesn't. Or maybe I just had the system overloaded. That's probably what it was. I probably had the system overloaded, but we'll see. We will see. Because we are about to jump into A Nightmare on Elm Street 4. And this is what I'm going to talk a little bit about when it's over, because I'm starting to get like that guilty pleasure with this movie. And there's, I know Patricia Arquette wasn't in this. You know what? We're going to talk about after the trailer. Let me go ahead and bring that up. A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Let's go.
Do you know what terror is?
Hello. Do you live here?
Tuesday night, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody lives here.
Real
How long has it been since you've been on Elm Street? Welcome
Wait a minute.
to a brand new nightmare. He is the first in fear. Second to none.
Don't let them put you to sleep.
He has no mercy and no equal. Now no one sleeps. Get ready. This August, your wildest dreams will come true. How sweet, fresh meat. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4. The Dream Master.
All right. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4. Part 4. Let me go ahead and get back here. Let's see. James, still having tech troubles. Might be my security system causing it. Just going to turn it off. Okay. Let me know how it goes, brother. I hope that it gets better for you, James. I'm sorry that's happening to you, my man. Russell says, I love Part 4 too. It doesn't get a lot of love. Part 4 to me, I feel like, you know, as a movie, you know, I'm very hard on a lot of movies. So for this, I'm going to put it in the guilty pleasure pile. Part 4 to me grows on me every time I watch this movie. I can't help it. I cannot help it. I know that Patricia Arquette was replaced with Tuesday Night. That bugged me when I first started, you know, when I first watched it. But as it goes on, like I've become a Tuesday Night fan. I like Tuesday Night. Yes, she's killed off in the film. And, you know, Alice takes over as a final girl, Lisa Wilcox. And I will tell you this, I love Alice. Like Lisa Wilcox kills it as Alice to me. I love it. I love every bad moment of it. I love every good moment of it. I love the soundtrack for this movie. I actually owned it on cassette tape when it came out. I used to rock that as a youngin'. I couldn't help it. Like Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I absolutely love it. Paula says, I love it. Me too, Paula. Me too. Me too. Let's see. Melissa's saying, will you be live on Friday, Michael, or not sure? That is unclear. It kind of depends. Let me tell you what happened this Friday. I'm going to share some of my personal life with you guys. I worked a lot of hours. There was just no way. You guys would not want to watch me sleep for 2 hours. So here's what I'm going to do, Melissa. Since I did not do a show Friday, I am going to do a show Tuesday again. When I get home from work, I'm going to be tired, but I'm going to push through. I'm going to push through and I'm going to do a Sunday or a Tuesday show for you guys to make up for last Friday. And I'm going to try to do a Friday show. And so you might get me tonight, Tuesday, and Friday. Now, if, you know, certain things happen Friday, like they did last Friday for me, I'll let you guys know in the post area. So that you guys, you know, stay up on it and you know. So potentially a show tonight, Tuesday, and Friday. I hope that helps out there. Jeff D'Angelo saying, I'd say 1, 3, and 4 are my favorites. Me too. You can even throw Freddy versus Jason in there. And I do have a soft spot for Wes Craven's New Nightmare as well. But yes, if I could pick a top 3, I would say that too. 1, 3, and 4 for sure. For sure. Russell said Patricia got killed off, Michael. Yeah, well, yeah, the character did. You know, Patricia, she made it through. But when Tuesday Night took over the role, yes, the character ended up having her demise, but passing off her powers to Alice to bring people into the dreams and to take away people's powers when they were no longer there. Yes. Jerry's throwing out the link again for the merch shop. So if you weren't on here earlier, I talked about this a little bit, and I'll just do it really quickly right now. Movies and Beyond merchandising is now available. You can see it under the store tab on the Movies and Beyond channel, but you're only going to get part of it there. So if you click the link just below my description at the top, it says spread shop youtube.com/moviesandbeyond. You get to see the whole store, and make sure when you're in the store, you're clicking on the tabs up top for men, women, kids, all that stuff, because you see even more there. So there's a ton of items in there. If you're interested, go over and check it out. If you just want to go over and check it out, it's over there to do so. Thank you for that, Jerry. Thank you. Russell saying the Roach Motel was a sick kill. Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up, because when I was watching the trailer, I was in my head, I was thinking, we can't forget to talk about the Roach kill. We can't. And it was already drifting away. I was going to forget it, but you brought this up. Dude, the Roach kill was nasty. That's a nasty kill. When we talked about Tina's death being, the best from part 1, the best kill in the franchise, I agree. But I think the Roach kill is another great kill in the franchise. Fantastic, playing off that girl's fear of bugs. It caught in the glue and the skin ripping off, dude. It was gnarly, especially for back then. And then when you squeeze it at the end, you see like the juice come out. Oh, it's so bad, but I love it so much. Yes, the Roach kill was freaking amazing. Mr. Rick saying, I love this one. It has sentimental value, and still to this day, when there's someone new at work, I always say, how sweet fresh meat. I like that. I like that too. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. I absolutely love this movie. I do. I can't help it. I hope that it doesn't get out of control with my love for this movie. Like one day I'm going to be like, I like it better than 3. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But I do. I meant to say great line, not Caitlin. I got you, man. I didn't read it. I figured, man. I got you. I see you, Mr. Rick. We're right here, buddy. We are right here. Russell saying Alice is awesome in part 4. No doubt, man. No doubt. Russell saying, if you're super tired, Michael, I understand. Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to adjust this new schedule. Like tomorrow I have to be in it. I have to be up at 4 a.m. So I don't see me taking this show past 9:30, 9:45 tonight. Just because I know I have to go to bed and get up super early tomorrow. But Russell saying 1, 3, 4, and Freddy versus Jason is my favorite. Yeah, Freddy versus Jason is a love-hate thing for me, but I love to watch it. I do. I love to watch it and talk shit about it while I'm watching it. I don't know if that's very healthy. I don't know if that's a very healthy thing for me, but I'm telling you, every time I watch this movie, I watch it in watch parties. I'm just talking shit through the whole movie. But yet, if somebody's like, "Hey, you want to watch Freddy versus Jason?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and let's run it back. Let's watch it again," because I enjoy it. I enjoy myself watching it and every bad aspect of it too. Jeff is saying, yes, I also love New Nightmare. Personally feel like it revived the franchise. Wes Craven's it after Freddy's dead, it wouldn't have taken much, Jeff. I don't feel like it would have taken much, but yes, it was a fresh way to look at it. It was new. It was meta before, meta was a thing, and they talk about, Wes Craven using that as kind of like groundwork to making the Scream movie, kind of testing out the meta waters, before he did that. I don't know how true it is, but I think I heard somebody say it once. That's what you're going to get from Movies and Beyond is honesty. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know shit, but I heard that once, and I heard it from somebody. Don't know how true it is, but we're going to go with it. We're definitely going to go with it, Jeff. Melissa says we haven't had heat in a year. So Tom part tomorrow part is coming for the furnace that gets fixed, or we have to buy a new furnace. Been cold here using 5 portable heaters. I am so sorry, Melissa. I am so sorry that's going on for you. But hopefully it's all fixed tomorrow and you don't have that issue. And everything's looking good. I hope that the part takes care of that for you and you are super warm tomorrow. Melissa's also asking, Michael, ever watch Mayfair Witches series? No, I have not. Are you recommending it, Melissa? Is it something I should check out? Should I put it on the list? Because I may. Mr. Rick said, if you need to go to bed soon, we can skip 5. Oh, what a movie. No, dude, we're going to get through these. This is a Sunday show. We are going to be here, my friend. We are definitely going to be here. Oh, what a movie. What a movie, my friend. Russell says, yeah, it's hilarious. A lot of people talk trash about Freddy vs. Jason, so I understand where you're coming from. Dude, I can't help it. It just brings out the shit talk in me. It's something I love to do. I love to point out the flaws that everybody can see and everybody knows there. But at the same time, I can't help it. And a lot of times when I watch it, I see something new to bitch about, but yet I'm the first one being like, let's watch it again. Let's do it again. I can't help it. I cannot help it. Russell saying it's a good series. Okay. All right. And Melissa saying, I don't know. I've never seen it. Well, I got you. I'll do some checking on it. But despite Mr. Rick's request of skipping part 5, we're not going to do it, Mr. Rick. We have to include them all. When I did Halloween, we included Halloween 5. When I did Friday the 13th, we included Friday the 13th part 5. So we are going to include A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And here it is. Let me know on sound. Nightmare 5, The Dream Child.
His mother was a God-fearing woman. His birth was an unspeakable horror.
Please don't let him do that!
His life and death have been one incredible nightmare. But now all that is going to change because Freddy wants to become a daddy.
Want to make babies?
Oh my God, it's just, even the trailer's cringy.
Even if he has to adopt.
One born baby's dream.
When it comes to chills.
It happened while I was awake.
When it comes to screams.
That part is just start.
When it comes to pure terror.
Bon appetit.
No one delivers like Freddy. Better buckle up.
All right, Krueger. This time it's for keeps.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child.
It's a boy.
When it comes to terror, remember, Freddy knows best.
Not gonna lie to you, good people. Even the trailer was a nightmare for me. No pun intended. Yeah, God, this movie's awful. I am so sorry, you guys, to talk ill of a movie like that. It's when I hear it's a boy, it just makes me want to bang my head against a brick wall. I can't help it. You know, from enjoying 4 as much as I did to going to 5, it's kind of like Halloween, right? It's kind of like Halloween in that aspect. Like, I really loved 4, and then you go into 5 and you're just kind of like, the fuck is this? Like, what kind of bullshit are you trying to feed in my face at this point? The one takeaway that I can give from this movie that I did enjoy was Dan on the motorcycle and the motorcycle fusing into his body. I thought that was cool, but there are so many lines in this movie that it's just god awful. This one, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's got me at a loss for words. When am I ever at a loss for words when it comes to talking about a movie? Right now. Mark this day on your calendar. Michael has not much to say. Oh God, let me jump into the comments here. Let me scroll back. I see that Michelle was in the chat saying, hi, I can't stay, but the Bills just scored and they're ahead. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hope you're having a good night, Michelle. Russell is saying, if you like Supernatural and Ghost, you may like Wayfarer Witches. I may have to check it out. James is saying, I hope they get that furnace fixed. There's nothing worse than being cold. I hope they can fix it. I hope they get it fixed as well. To me, it's being hot. That is worse than being cold. I would rather be cold than hot. But that's just me. Like, if I'm hot, I can't sleep, man. If I'm cold, I just put on more blankets. I can't freaking help it. Russell says this trailer is super weird. You are not lying, my friend. There was a lot going on there. There was definitely a lot going on there, for sure. And not a lot of good things. There was a lot, but none of it was really good, for sure. Melissa saying Freddy's still not scary. Yeah, definitely not in this one. This was painful. Like, literally, like this one. Oh, for the love of God. Melissa saying not scary, tiny little knives, and Jason has a big knife machete. I see what you did, Melissa, there. I see what you did there. I see it. Miss Kelly Rowland. Everyone. James is saying this one was pretty awful. It sucks. James, let me say something, man. I love how just bluntly honest you are, dude. You never have to guess. James, you just come out and say it, brother. And I love that about you, my friend. You just flat out said what everybody's thinking, or at least what I'm thinking. And you put it into words and articulate it so well. This one was pretty awful. It sucks. Yes, there is zero fat on that sentence, James. It's lean. It's straight to the point. I absolutely love it. Top comment for sure. You are the man, James. Gina says, very cringy trailer. Want to make a baby? Oh my god, it's so bad. Like when I hear things that are cringy, like you guys can't see my hands, but I'm under the desk like this. Like it's just like squeezing my thumbs. Like it's just so bad. Gina, I couldn't agree more. Not the only cringy dialogue in it, but definitely a very good example of the cringiness that is in this movie for sure. Russell says the motorcycle kill is the only thing that was good about part 5. I second that 100%. 100%, man. And even that kill, there was stupid shit going on during that. Like Freddy was talking shit. And it wasn't like he was talking scary shit. He was saying stuff like, you got the need for speed and shit like that. And it was just like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, I just shut up and let this fucking awesome kill happen, Freddy. Just shut up and let it happen. I don't want it. I don't. Mr. Rick is saying, I still think the actress who played Alice and Robert did their best. And I don't blame Robert or Lisa Wilcox for the shortcomings of Nightmare on Elm Street 5 whatsoever, man. I don't. They didn't write it. They're being directed. And yeah, man, I agree. I love them so much in 4. I'm definitely not gonna blame them for 5. It's like I don't blame Daniel Harris or Donald Pleasance for Halloween 5 whatsoever. They were just in a movie that sucked, for sure. All right, you guys. Are you guys ready for one of the best Friday the 13th movies, or best Nightmare on Elm Street movies? Freddy's dead. Let's make it happen. Let me know on sound, and here we go.
As a boy, he was always different. No one understood him.
You ready for it, boy? It's time to take your medicine.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, sir.
No one could control him.
Go inside, honey.
But now, it's a new beginning. The beginning of the end for Freddy.
Every town has an Elm Street. No! Screaming while the bus is in motion.
Did you mind or go for?
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little soul too.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
We're gonna have to hit him with everything we've got.
Now I'm playing with power.
Great graphics.
We're in Twin Peaks here.
It's gotta be me and him.
You want to live?
Hey, what's up? What's with kids today, huh?
Freddy's dead. The final nightmare.
Great graphics.
They saved the best for last.
They made the comment at the very end that they saved the best for last. being that this was supposed to be the last movie, and they felt to say in the trailer that this is the best Nightmare on Elm Street, or just Freddy's Dead. I can't really say that I agree with them. I definitely can't agree with that whatsoever. Russell is saying, I hope you're kidding, Michael. Freddy's Dead is awful. You know, of course, I was kidding. But let me say this. And here's a way to look at Freddy's Dead. And I kind of do this with Jason Goes to Hell. I kind of do this with Halloween Resurrection as well. If you're watching, like, let's say that you need to watch it, you need to get through it. The thing that I try to do is I say to myself, okay, this is horrible. This is not going to impact the series for me whatsoever. I'm just going to pretend that it's a one-off in my own mind. And it sucks that you have to do that. It does suck that you have to do that. But at the same time, it's like, how bad can this get? Let me pay attention to it really closely and just see how bad this thing gets. And that's kind of what I do with Freddy's Dead. And it just gives me a whole bunch of material to talk about when I talk about this movie. And it is just god-awful. God-awful. Russell's also saying it's funny he thought Freddy was his dad. Yeah, dude, let's... the fact that Freddy had a kid, and they kind of changed the whole landscape of what was going on through the whole series in this movie. Tom Arnold and Roseanne Arnold at the time, who's back to being Roseanne Barr, was in it for whatever reason. I have no idea. The story was just all over the place. It looked horrible. Freddy was a cartoon character. He was a Looney Tunes character. He looked like Wile E. Coyote pushing that shit in front of the bus. The amount of times that he breaks the fourth wall and is just looking at the camera and talking to everyone. I mean, there's no way this movie takes itself seriously. It was almost like, this is going to suck. Let's see how bad we can make it. Let's see how bad we can freaking make it. And I feel like that's what they did. Freddy playing the game and the kid bouncing through the house. Unbelievable. Fucking unbelievable. And not from a good way. Mr. Rick is saying that is true, though. Every town does have an Elm Street. Yeah, I mean, he didn't lie in the movie. It's just the movie was terrible. It was just terrible. But yes, 100%. Every town has an Elm Street. That is true. Paula throws out the nice. I don't know. I don't know, Paula. Is the trailer nice? Is the movie nice? Is anything about this one nice? Oh God, it was just horrible. Well, saying, oh my God, Russell was so good. I Am Legend tomorrow morning. I'll have to watch the beginning. I enjoy I Am Legend. I actually own that movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but it was pretty decent. It was pretty decent. James said, boy, this one's really acting up, but it doesn't matter. The movie was pure crap anyway. Wah, wah, wah. You know, you loved it, James. You know, you loved it. Gina said the trailer was trying too hard. Too many one-liner jokes. The whole movie was trying too hard. They did some stuff for sure. They definitely did some stuff. Jerry's saying, I can't wait for I Am Legend 2. When did I Am Legend come out? What year was that? I forget what year that came out. I know I got it over here somewhere. That's right there. I can't get it out. But either way, yeah, man, I feel like there are some movies that wait too long for the sequel, and I'm hoping this isn't one of them. I hope it's good for sure. Russell saying Tom Arnold and Roseanne were married at the time. Yes, they were. Of Freddy's Dead, so that's why we got them in a movie. Yeah, but I mean, there were a lot of people that were married that weren't in the movie. I mean, I just don't understand what the point of having them in there was, and how much of their budget did they spend on having them as two throwaway characters that they could have put into special effects or story or something more? Because I know that Roseanne and Tom aren't cheap, right? They're not going to do a movie for free. So I feel like they probably spent a hefty amount of some budget to get those characters in the movie to where they really didn't add too much. I don't know. Michael saying, I will get you, my pretty. Oh, yeah. Gotta love the broomstick scene, right? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Val is also saying, Val, I didn't say what's up to you. Val, I hope that you are doing well. Everyone, Val is in the chat. The general is in the chat. The general always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond. What's up, Val? And Val is sharing the link for the merch store. Thank you so much for that, Val. So yeah, if you definitely want to check it out, there is the link again. Go over and take a look. Let me know what you think. There may be some things we need to change. If you see anything in there that doesn't look right, let me know and I'll take a look at it for sure. Jerry said, yes, it's coming in March. I Am Legend 2. I did not know that. I will have to look that up, Jerry. I think I could do it. Hopefully time passed in the story too, and it's not supposed to be the next day. I do hope so. All right, you guys, we are moving on to Wes Craven's new Nightmare, and I am going to get that up on the screen. Let me know on sound, and here we go.
Market, common mark.
I'm doing a film about my nightmares as I'm dreaming them. In order for the movie to continue, it was dependent on me having more nightmares. Well, fortunately, I did.
I'm a little frightened by what Wes may have tapped into. I frankly felt that it was over when we did the final nightmare.
In a town where movies go over schedule and directors go over budget, something far more evil is out of control.
The world of horror film suffered its own terror today as two of Hollywood's best-known special effects technicians were found dead.
Part of the theme of the movie is becoming like part of the making of the movie.
Can you come with me in my dreams?
I think that only happens in the movies.
What happens when the story dies? The evil is set free. Now that the films have ended, the genie's out of the bottle. That's what the nightmares are telling me, and that's what I'm writing.
This is still a script we're talking about, right, Wes?
We've decided to cross over out of films into our reality. The only way to stop him is to make another movie.
Oh my God.
The bad man's getting awful close.
You're gonna have to make a choice.
What kind of choice?
Whether or not you're willing to play Nancy one last time.
Cut the effect!
Isn't there somebody who can stop him?
That person's you.
Why me?
It was you that gave Nancy her strength.
Where's
my gun?
I'm gonna let you guys know something. I have never seen that trailer before. I have never seen that whatsoever. That's the first time I've ever seen that trailer. Holy shit. I've never seen that. I like the way that they laid out the trailer. Oh, we'll talk about the movie in a second, but they kind of did it as like a behind the scenes type of layout for sure. But I enjoyed the format of that for sure. Like I've never seen that before. That is definitely new for me. Usually I have some sort of recollection of a trailer when we watch them. Like, yeah, kind of maybe that. I'm just watching it like I've never seen this shit before. Fucking fantastic. Russell's still talking about Freddy's dead. He's saying, I couldn't tell you why they were in the movie. It was a waste, in my opinion. I feel like it was a waste of money. I feel like they could have saved so much more money and put it into the movie. Maybe made the movie a little better, you know? Like, yeah, I agree. Val says, sorry I'm late. Just got done with a video call with my mom. Oh, it's all good, Val. It's all good. Family first. Family is always first. Just happy that you made it for what's left of the show. Always glad to have you here, my friend. Always glad to have you here. Never have to apologize for that shit. Yeah, and Russell, You're the general, Val. You're never late. That is the truth. That is the truth. Oh, for sure. Russell is saying this was a decent movie. I enjoyed New Nightmare. I enjoyed it too. I really, I mean, I don't think it's the best, but I enjoy watching it. I definitely enjoy watching it for sure. Paul is saying it was nice seeing Wes. Yeah, it was. It was definitely nice seeing Wes. You know, when you lose creators like that, you don't have a lot to look back on other than like behind the scenes stuff and like interviews and stuff. But it was nice seeing him on the screen. I agree with that, Paula, for sure. For sure. Wes Craven, he's definitely a legend. Definitely a legend. Russell saying that bed scene was iconic. Freddy coming up through the bed was such a great scene. Yeah. And I mean, one thing that we really don't talk about too much on, you know, this channel, because we don't really talk too much about the Wes Craven's New Nightmare movie. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand about this, you know, especially the people that don't, you know, watch it very often or don't like, is, you know, we have Freddy, but it's not Freddy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not Freddy. It's a dream demon who's taken the form of Freddy. And it's a great concept, and I really loved the Dylan's New Nightmare fan film that continued this. You know, bringing Miko Hughes back, and the way that they did that, I thought was so cool. And you know, looking at this movie and looking back, and it's like seeing Miko Hughes as a kid. It just reminds me so much of Pet Sematary. You know, Gage and Pet Sematary. Because that's who he was. You know, like that kid was a young horror actor that was in some good shit. Like, seriously, definitely in some good shit. Michael is saying, not sure if the preview does the movie justice, but I did like the movie. All good, man. Yeah, the movie is good. I do enjoy it. Val said, I don't think I have either, Michael. Yeah, like I was brand new watching it. Like I'm just sitting there with like wide eyes, you know. Like I try to kind of, you know, engage with you guys when I'm watching this stuff, but I was just kind of locked in. That tends to happen. It tends to happen. James is saying this one was better than the other two, just by a nose. I gotcha. It's definitely better than Freddy's Dead and Nightmare 5 for sure. For sure. Mr. Rick is saying, I love the idea of New Nightmare. I always thought that they should do this for Scream, but I don't think it would work because people would be too real. A New Nightmare dealt with evil spirits, not real people. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's kind of like what I was just saying about like the dream demon. You know, like hell yeah, man. Val is saying, yes, Michael, Dylan's New Nightmare was awesome. I agree. Going to the premiere of that in Arizona was super cool. And I had like 2 months after I saw it where I couldn't talk about it. And I didn't talk about it to anybody. You can ask anybody I talked to. I remember at the time, you know, Polar wanted to know a lot about this movie. And I kept my mouth shut. She didn't know anything. And when we watched it, we did a live watch of this movie on the channel. And I remember being relieved when it was over. It's like, finally, I can talk about this movie. So good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm really hoping that those guys over at the Horror Show channel, Cecil and Robert, are doing well. I haven't talked to them in a minute. I hope they're doing well, and I hope that we get something else from that. Because if you remember, at the end of Dylan's New Nightmare, it left on a little cliffhanger. If you haven't seen Dylan's New Nightmare, I'm not going to talk about that because it is somewhat new, and I don't want to ruin it for, you know, some people in the chat who might not watch a lot of fan films. But if you did like Wes Craven's New Nightmare, go on YouTube when this is over and watch Dylan's New Nightmare. It's about 30 minutes fan film. I think that you'll really enjoy it for sure. And if you do, make sure you leave them a comment. Tell them Michael from Movies and Beyond sent you over there, and hit that like button for sure. Val is saying, love the concept of this movie. I wasn't sure I was going to like it when it first came out, but once I saw it, 2 thumbs up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Russell said they said Scream 7 is going to be Scary Dark Path. All right. I have not followed anything for Scream 7. All I can really tell you about Scream 7 is that Nev Campbell is coming back in it, I heard from someone maybe. I'm just going to go into it blind, not knowing anything when I watch it. Probably will watch a teaser trailer, probably won't watch the full trailer. I did that with the last one, and it helped it be a little better than it was with Scream 6, but I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Scream 6 at all. But I thought it started good, and they brought my girl Kirby back, so I was grateful for that for sure. But I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it's good, and hopefully, I can come on here and be like, "Yo, Scream 7 was the shit. I absolutely loved it," because I want that. I want it to be good. But we've got one left. We've got one Nightmare on Elm Street trailer left, and I know that you guys know what it is, and we're gonna check it out right now. Let's bring this up. We have a Nightmare on Elm Street, 2010, the trailer, and here we go. Let me know on sound when the preview screen's over.
Kruger! Come on out, you sick bastard! You open this door, Kruger! What do you think I did? I didn't do anything!
I'm having these dreams. And there's this man. And he's burned.
Don't fall asleep.
Never sleep again.
Wake up! Wake up!
You have nothing to worry about. This won't hurt one little bit.
I'm gonna let it finish. And there it goes. It's a long little ending there. Let's go ahead and hit that and close that out. That was a Nightmare on Elm Street for 2010. Sorry about that. All right. Let me see what you guys have to say, and I'll talk a little bit about this this movie, this entry into the franchise. James is saying, I hope it's better than Scream 6. Me too, buddy. Me too. And Russell saying, I'm not watching the trailer until after the movie, Michael. Yeah, dude, when you get into like new trailer, if I wanted to get like I could do like a trailer reaction for it, stuff like that, if I wanted to get, views for the channel and stuff like that. But with it being a horror slasher, and one that's, you have to admit, whether you're a Scream fan or not, Scream is one of the bigger franchises for the slasher movie. So I definitely want to go into it blind. And I'm saying this right now and I'm smiling because it just popped in my head that said, and I was just thinking, if Friday the 13th came out with a trailer, would you do the same? No, I wouldn't. I'd watch it 100 times. So I don't know where I'm going with that. Like, I did that for Scream 6 and I enjoyed watching it that way. So I plan to do it for Scream 7, but I don't think I would do that with all the slashers. See, I'm having a mental conflict right now and I'm doing it live on YouTube, which is so healthy. So healthy. Val is saying Kelly from the OG Bad News Bears. I did not know that. You're never too old to learn something. Thank you for that, Val. I did not know that he was in that. Russell said, I know this was awful. Russell, I think you've been hanging out with James, getting those one-liners in that just tell it all. I absolutely love it. I love it, man. Melissa said, worst Freddy movie was the one that didn't even look like Freddy. Don't know what one that was. That was the one we just watched. That was the one we just watched. That was it. And Melissa said, yep, that one sucks. There, another one. You guys are on it with these lean comments tonight. I'm telling you, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Melissa said he doesn't even look like Fred. Yeah, well, they tried something different. They did. I don't think that it worked very well for them. But I mean, if you are a fan of this movie, there's nothing wrong with that. If it's your thing, that's cool. That is cool. Val said not even the trailer could get me to go to the theater to see that one. Yeah, I saw it on Blu-ray, I think, for the first time. I didn't go to the theater for that one. Although I did go to the theater for the Friday one before it, for sure. James is saying he doesn't look like Classy Freddy. No, or Classic Freddy. No, he doesn't. They try to do something different. You know, I think that they tried to bring the real closer to a real looking burn victim into this, and I think it just didn't hit like the look. But I mean, to me, the look was well, I didn't like the look, but I don't think that was the worst thing wrong with the movie for sure. Melissa said we should do Scream trailers and Wrong Turn trailer. I think we'll end up doing Scream trailers because I put up that poll. And I don't know, Wrong Turn trailers might be fun. That might be fun for sure. I wonder if they even have trailers for half of them. I don't even know. I'll look into it. Maybe I'll put a poll up here soon and let me know what you guys think. James says, what about Freddy versus Jason? I like that one. Yeah, dude. The reason I didn't include that one for this one was because we did it on the Friday one last month or the month before. Well, on Friday the 13th. Since we did that one already, I didn't want to, do the same one. I pretty much feel like all you guys saw that one on there, and I talked about it on there. And great trailer, though. I will tell you this: the Freddy versus Jason trailer was freaking amazing. Like, it was fucking awesome. I absolutely love that trailer for sure. It still holds up today. Made in 2003, it still freaking holds up. Mr. Rick, when I first saw this one, I thought they were going to make him innocent, but they made him darker than ever. Yeah, man, I wasn't a fan of the direction they went with, his past and everything. And, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. Gina said the trailer included some iconic scenes to draw you into the theater. And I'll tell you this, like, that was one of the things that really bugged me about this movie was they didn't do a good job of making it its own thing. Like, you saw like the glove in the bathtub. It's like, well, we've seen that before. We saw the Tina kill with the girl flipping around. It's like, again, we've seen this before. Remakes. I've always said this about remakes. What you want to do with a remake, in my opinion, who am I? Just some guy from Ohio with a microphone. If you want to have something similar to something in a remake, kind of like a throwback to the fans of the old one, you try to improve on it. You try to improve on something. Like, a good example of this was, you look at Friday the 13th Part 7, and you have the sleeping bag kill, where Kane pulls the girl out of the tent, bangs the sleeping bag up against the tree. That's it. She's dead. Iconic kill. Everybody loves it. Well, in the remake, they, Jason, Derek Mears pulls the girl out of the tent with a sleeping bag. It's like, oh shit, we've seen this before. Does he bang out a tree? No, he hangs her above a fire and she burns to death. So getting banged against a tree, yes, she died instantly. Over. Hanging her above a burning fire where she burned to death inside a sleeping bag and then fell out, that's brutal. So to me, they took an iconic scene and they made it their own. Where a lot of the scenes in this, it's like they took an iconic scene and it didn't even live up to the first one. So that was definitely something, that bugged me. Again, not the only thing, but I agree with you. They definitely had some iconic scenes in there. Russell, we're getting a few slashers this year. Hell yeah, man. Hells yeah. Jeff said, I refuse to watch that shit show of a Nightmare remake. And Jeff comes through. Yeah, here's the thing, Jeff. I wouldn't recommend the movie. And I know you're a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I feel like as a fan, you probably just want to say, you know what? I'm going to set an hour and a half of my life aside and I'm going to watch it so I can have that opinion of it, to where I can, you're probably not going to like it. But I would still at least check it out. Just to say, like, yeah, I've seen that. I didn't like it. Who knows, Jeff? Maybe you'll like it. You might love it. There are people that like it for sure. Russell is saying they tried to give Nightmare on Elm Street the Transformer treatment. Yeah, well, yeah. Jeff D'Angelo is saying all they succeeded in doing with that movie was making a Nightmare on Elm Street. Was make a Nightmare on Elm Street a real nightmare. I got you, man. I know Jeff's passionate about Nightmare on Elm Street. I do. Melissa said, I wish they bring The Walking Dead back. Need some Negan. Well, you have that Negan and Maggie show, right? Is that The Ones Who Live? Is that what that was called? I forget which one that was called. But I did recently. Yeah, it took me forever. I did finish the Rick and Michonne show like a week ago. I finally finished that. I don't think I finished the Negan and Maggie show either. And I never watched the Daryl show. I did love The Walking Dead, but these what are they called? These spin-offs. I'm not doing so hot with keeping up with the spin-offs for it. Paula's saying never watched The Walking Dead. You might enjoy it. James is saying, as Spock would say, that was logical. I do agree. Melissa's saying, don't like the Daryl Dixon Carol story series. Okay, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really comment on it. But I am gonna watch it eventually. I think I should finish Maggie and the Negan show first, and then I'll go to that one. Melissa's saying I was hooked on The Walking Dead from the beginning. I was too when it first came back. Oh yeah. Or when it first came out, I mean. Oh yeah. I was locked in. I was locked in for probably longer than I should have been. Then I stopped watching it and I saw a clip on YouTube where Shane was in it, and I was just like, what the fuck's going on? So I had to go back and I ended up finishing the series. At that point, it was just my OCD that made me finish it. I wasn't a huge fan of how it ended, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. Dead City, that's what it was called. Yes. Russell said it was Dead City, not The Ones Who Live. Okay. Yes. One of them is The Ones Who Live. It's one of at least I think. I didn't just make that shit up, did I? I mean, it's quite possible. It is quite possible. If there's not one, it sounds like a good title for something. Russell said it's coming back for a second season. All right. Yeah, that I did know. Let's see. James is saying she was roasted on open fire. I wonder if she tastes like chicken. James, what is it with you and eating people? What are we doing here? Val is saying if you're going to make a remake of an iconic slasher movie, then really take the chance and make it your own. Don't half-ass it. Like, yeah, I 100%. Val, you said it better than I ever could have, for sure. Russell saying, have you seen Fall? Has Jeffrey Dean? That movie scared the shit out of me. Look, that movie Fall, it's not a horror movie, but I am deathly scared of heights. And that movie scared the shit out. I paused that movie more times to get my shit together to finish that than I don't know how many times I paused it, but it was more than like 5, to where it's just like, you know, I'm watching on a 85-inch TV, and I'm sitting there losing my mind over that movie. Oh my God, heights scare the hell out of me. If you want to talk about fear, watch me watch the movie Fall. You'll see me holding on to the seat and everything. It scares the hell out of me. Melissa said, oh my God, it scared me. It was a high tower. Yes, that's exactly what it was. They climbed the highest freaking tower I've ever seen in my life. Fucking Jesus. Melissa's saying, love zombies. Val is saying, I never missed an episode of The Walking Dead. I was waiting for Val to chime in on that one. I knew that Val was a huge Walking Dead fan. James saying I was never into zombie movies. Hey, that is a thing too. There are people that don't like zombie movies at all. Let me ask you guys this in the chat, and I'm still trying to catch up with everything. What is your favorite zombie movie? I know mine, but let me know in the chat. I'm curious to see what you guys have. Not the show. So we're not going to include The Walking Dead. I'm talking about an actual movie. What was your favorite? Melissa saying, Michael, you should watch the new Werewolves movie. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for digital for it. I'm not gonna go to the theater for that one, but I will check it out when it comes digital for sure. Mr. Rick is saying, I think one of these spin-offs of The Walking Dead, they're going to go back to the town in the original, and everybody is going to be gone. Good way to bring everyone together. Yeah. Makes sense. For sure. Russell saying, I watched The Walking Dead all the way through, even though I stopped after Rick left. Even though I should have stopped after Rick left. Yeah, me too, buddy. But my OCD wasn't going to let me not finish the story. There was still story there. I didn't want to just wonder how it ended, since I had invested so much time in that point. Like, when I have like 9 years in the show at that point, like I'd been watching it for almost a decade, I had to know what happened. I had to. Mr. Rick said, I don't know if they did yet or not, just an idea. Well, I mean, the people that didn't see the Rick and Michonne show, I don't want to ruin endings, but let's just say that somebody went there. Somebody went there to their town. Val is saying Bills just tied the game 29-29. Well, we're done watching trailers, so I can actually bring that back up. I didn't even know the Bills were down. Last I heard, Michelle was like, the Bills are on top when she came in. And that's she dropped that little nugget of knowledge and then, skirted. So I didn't even know they were down. Let me actually bring this up. I know we're talking horror, people. I promise I'll be quiet about it while I'm watching it. Let's see. Let me bring that here. But I figure I'll hang out with you guys for a little bit before I get out of here for tonight. All right, there it is. All right. Hell yeah. Thanks, Val. I think the whole world, besides, the Chiefs fans, are rooting for the Bills right now. Melissa saying, yes, I guess people really climb those once a year to change light bulb. I've heard that too. I've heard that they get paid a ridiculous amount of money to do that. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, I've heard that as well. Val is saying, go Bills. Paula is saying, go Chiefs. All right. We got some division here. Russell said, now it's a ball game. Melissa saying, yes, go Bills. Hell yeah. You guys are freaking awesome. Val is saying Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead are my favorites. I love Shaun of the Dead. I do. I own it. I absolutely love it. Dawn of the Dead, it's been a minute since I've seen it. I definitely want to do a rewatch of that one. For sure. Gina as well saying Shaun of the Dead. You guys, Shaun of the Dead's awesome. I love those guys that are in. I forget their names all the time. That are in that movie. They're also in a movie called Paul. If you haven't seen the movie Paul, I highly recommend it. Oh, that was a face mask out the ass. I highly recommend you see the movie Paul. I think I did a watch party on Paul at some point in my Movies and Beyond career. I absolutely love that movie. James is saying you wouldn't like to swing on vines. I loved to when I was a kid. The higher the better. I did swing on it. We had a place that we called The Vine. It just didn't go up super high, for sure. Russell saying my favorite zombie movie is Diary of the Dead. Do you mean Dawn of the Dead, or is there a movie called Diary of the Dead? I have not seen that. Mr. Rick is saying Dawn of the Dead, the original. Love the idea of being in a mall. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Melissa is saying Shaun of the Dead, a classic. Love it. And Dawn of the Dead. Hell yeah. Melissa's also saying, seriously, Werewolves, so good. The guy that played in the Purge movies, Frank Gorilla. All right. Hard Eyes looks like a good slasher movie. Yeah, I definitely want to check out Hard Eyes. I think it was Michelle sent me that trailer a few weeks ago. And I saw the trailer for the first time. Yeah, I definitely want to check out Hard Eyes for sure. Paula said, I'm a Swiftie for life. Right. Hell yeah. Melissa said, still love Vampire Diaries. All right. I was a bigger fan of the originals myself. See, you didn't think that I've seen that shit. I have seen Vampire Diaries, and I have seen the originals. I like the originals better. Russell saying, I like Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Dead Snow, and Zombieland. Dude, Zombieland was... I forgot about Zombieland. Zombieland was the shit. That was freaking awesome. Michael is saying 28 days later or 28 weeks later. Those are two I need to go back and watch, dude, because the new one's coming out and I want to see the new one. Like, that's a theater go for me. but it's been since those came out that I've seen them. So definitely want to go back and watch those before 28 years later is in the theater for sure. Val is saying, love that movie, Michael. Paul is freaking awesome. I love Paul so much. So much. And I haven't watched Paul since we did the watch party for it. So definitely down to watch that one again sometime soon for sure. Oh, his ass got sacked. But they are moving the ball like crazy. James is saying, when I was younger, I would climb up those towers to change the bulbs for what they get paid to do it. Dude, no, not me. Not me at all. Melissa saying, is that your team you like, Paul, or are you just rooting for them? Oh, my team's been done. My team is we can't even get our shit together. We've been done for a while. I think I said we're done after like game 3 of the season. It may have been the game 3 where I was like, season's over. I can just tell we were a shit show all year this year. Jeff is saying Super Bowl, Eagles versus Bills. I wanted Washington versus the Bills, but I didn't get the Washington didn't win today. So I guess we've got Philly and gonna have to deal with that. But at least the Bills can come through. Hopefully. Said at least like it's going to happen, but I don't think the referees are going to let that happen. We all know what happens when the Chiefs take the field. Just saying. Melissa saying, did you ever watch a series Z Nation? No, but I am aware of Z Nation. I am aware that it was a thing, but I never watched it. Mr. Rick is saying, I'd love to see the Bills win it all. I love a good underdog story. Yeah, and I mean, after the 90s debacle of them going 4 years straight and not winning anything, I remember that as a kid. My buddy was a Buffalo Bills fan. I felt so bad for him. It's just like, damn, you guys made it to that many and you couldn't come through. Russell's saying there is a movie called Diary of the Dead. It had 2 parts. Oh, that's awesome, man. That is freaking awesome. No, I have not seen that. Gina's saying Hot Fuzz is another funny movie by the actors in Sean. Yes, it is. You are 100% correct. I have. Where the hell is it? Hold on 1 second. I have a 3-disc thing with Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and there's another one on there. World something or other. Oh. Yes, World's End. So yes, I have the 3-pack of that one, Gina. So I am well aware that is a I do like Hot Fuzz. I have the 3-pack of that one. Melissa saying the originals is good too. She loves Damien. I got you. Val is saying, oh, that's a great one, Russell. Zombieland. I like both of the Zombielands, 1 and 2. They're both freaking fantastic. Woody Harrelson's the shit. Like seriously. Jeff D'Angelo said, not change the subject, but who's getting aggravated with Horror Hound? Dude, I am beyond aggravated with Horror Hound. It's just god awful. Melissa saying Zombieland, good too. Yes. Love freaking Zombieland. Val is saying, yes, you did, Michael. It was game 3. I was like, season's over. This is it. Pack it up, boys. Let's take it. Let's take it home. We're not doing shit this year. Melissa said, who is your team, Michael? I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, but I also am a New England Patriots fan. So with that being said, both of my teams were done by week 3. So yeah, that's the truth. Paula said the Chiefs and the Eagles for the Super Bowl. Yeah, here's the thing. Like seriously, if it's the Chiefs versus the Eagles, I more than likely won't watch it. Or if it's on, I'll slightly be paying attention to it. But I really have I really wouldn't even care to see either of those teams in the Super Bowl whatsoever. Maybe I'd be there for the commercials. Melissa said Bills and Eagles Super Bowl. It will be. Thank you. Russell is saying Z Nation, they're making fun of The Walking Dead. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't seen that. Val agreeing with Gina, that movie was funny. Yes, it was. Russell saying Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and World's End. Yes. Shut up, James. What's up, my man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Saying I love horror trailers. Yeah, man. We've been doing this for. I've been doing about one show a month like this. We started with Friday the 13th. On Friday the 13th, I wanted to do something different. We did that. Everybody loved it. So then we went to Halloween, and tonight we're doing Nightmare. I have a poll up in my post section to where people are voting on if they want to do Scream. So more than likely, I will probably do the Scream series. I'm pretty sure that I'll get recommendations for like Chucky, and it was brought up today, Wrong Turn. So hell yeah, James, good to see you here, my man. Always good to see you here, brother. Paula is saying have we done the Scream trailers? No, not yet. Not yet. James is saying, what was the team that's supposed to have cursed for not letting some guy bring his goat to the game with him? I'm not sure, man. I'd like to know the answer to that question too, James. I would love to know the answer to that. Paula said, I'm a Pats fan for life. I am too. My neighbors growing up next door to me were from Boston. So when I was a kid, I used to watch Red Sox games with them and Patriots games. So the first Patriots game I ever saw was the Patriots and Bears Super Bowl. Bears 46, Patriots 10. We lost, but I still stuck with the team, even though we got destroyed. But then again, we played the 85 Bears. So what do you expect, right? Michael saying, Michael, you are a Swiftie and love the Chiefs. Just admit it. Oh, God, man. You know how I feel about the Chiefs, Michael. We had this conversation. We had it. Russell saying, not yet. Not yet. James is saying, oh, I think I missed the trailer. Yeah, buddy, you just missed them. We just finished it. But on rewatch, dude, I hope that you enjoy them, man. A lot of great comments from the chat when we went through, and I've gotten through all of them tonight. I haven't left anybody back. Val is saying the only good thing about the Super Bowl this year will be the commercials. That's kind of what I was saying. It's kind of what I was saying. Melissa said, I used to be Paula, then Tampa Bay, because I love Brady. You know what? Like, Brady brought something different, like he did. He was a once in a generation quarterback that he didn't need anybody. He made mediocre players look fantastic. Brady was a boss for sure. James is saying Scream trailers are boss. New favorite live stream. Hell yeah, man. Hopefully we'll be doing it soon. I'll check the polls. I'm going to give him a couple more days. It's been up for a while. And then I'll probably schedule it for a couple weeks because I'm on kind of a rotation with shows. And I don't want to do these just back to back, but I absolutely freaking love them. Russell saying, and we get new movie trailers during the Super Bowl. Yes, we do. We get movie trailers. We get show trailers. We get Bud Light commercials. Like, I love all that stuff. James is saying, I was hoping someone would know my dad would know because he's not here anymore. I miss him. He knew everything about sports. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I'm sorry. I miss my dad too. I do. Paula is saying, I loved Gronk too. Gronk was freaking amazing. I love watching Gronk too. I did. Val is saying the Chicago Cubs is the cursed team for not letting a bar owner bring his goat during the 1945 World Series. There it is, James. There it is. Val has come through with the answer to your question. It is the Chicago Cubs, and it took them forever to win a World Series after that. Forever. Russell is saying Tom Brady was one of a kind. Yeah, he was. All right, you guys. So I want to just bring this up one more time before we get out of here for tonight. And bear with me. For anyone that's here now that wasn't here earlier in the show, I do just want to let everybody know that the Movies and Beyond merch shop is live. It was a rollout yesterday. There may be, some things here and there we may need to look at to change, but it is open. Things are available to be purchased there. They've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got hoodies, they've got sweatshirts, they've got mugs. There's some cool ass mugs in there. I'm thinking about getting an Ooh Baby mug because I love the way the black and the red go together for that. Yes, I will be buying a few things myself. Jerry has provided the link in the chat if there's anything that you want to check out over there. Even if you're not buying anything, go over and check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the shop. Is there anything that you see that could be improved upon? I think that the layout looks really good. The way it's set up. There are a few items that I look at that's just kind of like, oh, maybe we could have made that a little bigger, or maybe I could have made this a little bigger. But all in time, everything will get fixed. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. I hope that you guys enjoy the merch that's there. I hope that you guys enjoy, what's on the merch. And if you have any ideas of things that you might want, other than my face on a coffee mug, Mr. Rick, that just let me know. 4th and 5. Holy shit. Oh my God. I think the Bills just lost this game. Well, not yet. They still got 3 timeouts left. I can't be live when this happens. I can't be. Oh, there's a flag on the play. There is a flag on the play. I'm sorry, you guys. We're not here for this. Val is saying I need me a Thug Life hoodie. There are Thug Life hoodies. There are Ooh Baby hoodies. And there are Movies and Beyond hoodies of the classic logo, of the new logo. All that stuff's there. I can't wait. And here's another thing, too. If you do buy something, send me a picture on Instagram with your purchase. I definitely want to see it. And if you want me to, I'll share it on here. I'm definitely curious to see, what you guys get and everything. And it makes me super happy that you guys would even be interested in something like this. And I just want to thank you guys freaking a million times for that, for sure. Melissa is saying, looking forward to Cobra Kai in February, and my favorite show, Survivor, since the very first season. Watch it now, going to be season 48. Survivor ain't been on 48 years. I'm 46. There's no way. There's no way it's been on that long. Has it been on that long? 48 years of people running through the woods for fucking Survivor? It can't be that old, right? I mean, I don't know any better. It just seems like an awful big number. 48. Holy shit. There's no way, right, Melissa? That's got to be a typo, right? 48 years of fucking the Survivor. Holy shit. Russell saying, this was a blast, Michael. Thank you for this awesome stream. This is the best channel around. Good night, everyone. Always enjoy chatting with these awesome people in the chat. Me too, Russell. Thank you, man. Thank you for everything you do here, brother. And I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully Tuesday. Paula says, I love Survivor. Russell says, always, Russell, love this channel. Oh, thank you. Michael saying, good night. Great show again, Michael. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Gina is saying 2 seasons. Okay, that makes sense. I was thinking fucking like 1 year, like in the 1970s, there's people running through the woods and some asshole with like a Super 8 cameras behind him trying to film the whole thing. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I made myself laugh there. Russell said it's a thriller TV series. I got you. Mr. Rick said, no, Michael's silly. There's about 3 Survivors a year. Most shows are 1 a year, right? 1 season a year. Like, that's how you can tell I don't watch Survivor. I figured, 1 year, 1 season, season 2's in year 2. Unless you're Stranger Things, then it's like every 2 years you get 1 season. But Melissa said, no, not 48 years, 48 seasons. Still, to me, a season seems like a year. Like I can't get around that. I can't. Russell saying Survivor has been around for 48 years. Oh my God. You guys are freaking killing me. Paula says the Chiefs are going to win. Yeah, they probably are. Russell said 48 seasons is 48 years. It is to me. To me, it is. I feel like it is. But hey, Survivor has its own rules. They do 3 seasons a year. That's fantastic. Good for them. But yeah, so that's all I have for tonight, dude. You guys are freaking awesome. All you guys know I love you tons. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys Tuesday. If I do a show Tuesday, it'll be making up for Friday's show. So what we'll be doing is the true life story of the nun. Like, how did they get the idea? What did they use in real life events to get the nun? So there is a story behind that. So the true story of the nun will be Tuesday, assuming that I can get everything together for that. So everything else was great tonight, you guys. Loved watching the trailers with you guys. Loved hanging out with you guys. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey, you